Om Namah Shivaya. Hi friends, how are you? In this video, we are going to learn about the biochemical functions of vitamin K. Vitamin K biochemical functions. The function of vitamin K are concerned with blood clotting process. It brings about the post-translational modification of certain blood clotting factors. Okay, here post-translation is nothing but after protein biosynthesis in the cell. The clotting factors 2, that is prothrombin, and 7, 9 and 10 are synthesized as inactive precursors, that is zygomes in the liver. And the vitamin K act as a coenzyme for the carboxylation of glutamic acid residues present in the proteins, and this reaction is catalyzed by a carboxylase, that is microsomal. It involves in conversion of glutamate to gamma carboxyglutamate and requires vitamin K, oxygen and carbon dioxide. The formation of gamma carboxyglutamate is inhibited by dicumarol, an anticoagulant found in split sweet clover. Warfarin is a synthetic analog that can inhibit vitamin K action. See once again. Biochemical functions of vitamin K. The functions of vitamin K are concerned with blood clotting process. Vitamin K brings about post-translational modification of certain blood clotting factors. The clotting factors 2, 7, 2, 7, 9, 10 are synthesized as inactive precursors, that is zygomes in the liver. The clotting factors 2, 7, 9, 10 are synthesized as inactive precursors are zygomes in the liver. See this reaction. Okay. See here. These are the precursor clotting factors 2, 7, 9 and 10 which are synthesized in liver. Okay. Some of them clotting factors that synthesize as precursor clotting factors in liver. Okay, this vitamin K brings the post-translational modifications. Okay, this vitamin K brings about post-translational modification of these precursor clotting factors. Okay, see here, remember these precursors of clotting factors. We are talking about the 2nd, 7th, 9th and 10th clotting factors. Okay, now we are talking about these clotting factors 2, 7, 9 and 10. Next, vitamin K acts as a coenzyme for the carboxylation of glutamic acid residues present in the proteins. Okay, vitamin K acts as a coenzyme for the carboxylation of glutamic acid residues present in the proteins. That means glutamic acid residues present in proteins. Okay, and this reaction is catalyzed by the carboxylase, which is a microsomal. See this structure. Okay, these are the glutamic acid residues. Okay, here glue indicates the glutamic acid. Okay, this glutamic acid residues are present in the protein. Okay, this is the protein structure, and these glutamic acid residues are present in protein, and the carboxylation of these glutamic acid. Okay, in carboxylation of glutamic acid, vitamin K vitamin K act as coenzyme and carboxylase act as catalyze. catalase. Okay. In carboxylation of glutamic acid, vitamin K act as coenzyme and carboxylase act as catalase. And this reaction is dependent on vitamin K, oxygen and carbon dioxide. This reaction is dependent on in carboxylation of glutamate or glutamic acid. In carboxylation of glutamate or glutamic acid, this reaction is dependent on vitamin K, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay. It involves the conversion of glutamate, that is GLU, to gamma carboxy glutamate, that is GLA. Requires the vitamin K, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Okay. It involves the conversion of glutamate to gamma carboxy glutamate and requires the vitamin K, oxygen and carbon dioxide. See here, in conversion of glutamate to gamma carboxy glutamate, okay, in conversion of glutamate to gamma carboxy glutamate, this reaction or this conversion is dependent on vitamin K, carbon dioxide and oxygen. The formation of gamma carboxy glutamate is inhibited by dicumarol, an anticoagulant found in sploid sweet guava, and warfarin is a synthetic analog that can inhibit the vitamin K action. The formation of gamma carboxy glutamate is inhibited by dicumarol, an anticoagulant found in sploid sweet clover. Warfarin is a synthetic analog that can inhibit the vitamin K action. See here, these are the inhibitors. Okay, these are the inhibitors. Dicumarol is a anticoagulant. Okay, it inhibits the formation of gamma carboxy glutamate. Okay, dicumarol inhibits the formation of gamma carboxy glutamate, which is present in the sploid sweet clover. And next, warfarin. Warfarin is a synthetic analog of the vitamin K and it prevents the action of vitamin K. Okay. This is about the post-translational modification of certain clotting factors such as clotting factor 2, 7, 9 and 10. Vitamin K is also required for the carboxylation of glutamic acid residues of osteocalcin, a calcium binding protein present in the bone. The mechanism of carboxylation is not fully understood. It is known that a 2,3 epoxide derivative of vitamin K is formed as an intermediate during the course of the reaction. Dicumarol inhibits the enzyme, that is reductase, that converts the epoxide to active vitamin K. The mechanism of carboxylation is not fully understood. It is known that a 2,3 epoxide derivative of vitamin K, 2,3 epoxide derivative of vitamin K is performed as an intermediate during the course of reaction. Dicumarol inhibits the enzyme reductase that converts epoxide to, see here, dicumarol inhibits, okay, enzyme reductase, and this reductase that converts epoxide to active vitamin K. Thus, this dicumarol inhibits the vitamin K. See here, in conversion of glutamate residue in protein to gamma carboxyglutamate, that in protein, okay, which is catalyzed by enzyme carboxylase. Okay, this reaction is catalyzed by enzyme carboxylase. Okay, in this reaction coenzyme is vitamin K. Okay, in this reaction coenzyme is vitamin K. Okay, this vitamin K hydroquinone form is converted to 2,3 epoxide form. Again this epoxide form is converted to quinone form, again to hydroquinone form. Okay, this is the conversion of or activation of vitamin K. Okay, but see here, in conversion of 2,3 epoxide form of vitamin K to quinine form, enzyme acts here is reductase. Okay, this dicumarol inhibits this reductase and prevention of converting this 2,3 epoxide form to vitamin K. Okay, thus the dicumarol inhibits the conversion of 2,3 epoxide form to vitamin K by inhibiting the enzyme reductase. Role of gamma glutamic acid in clotting. Role of gamma glutamic acid in clotting. The gamma glutamic acid residues of clotting factors are negatively charged and they combine with positively charged calcium ions to form a complex. The gamma glutamic acid residues of clotting factors are negatively charged. Okay, COO minus, and they combine with positively charged calcium ions to form a complex. The mechanism action has been studied for prothrombin. The prothrombin calcium complex bind to the phospholipids on the membrane surface of the platelets. This leads to the increased conversion of prothrombin to thrombin. The mechanism of action has been studied for prothrombin. The prothrombin calcium complex binds to phospholipids on the membrane surface of platelets. This leads to increased conversion of prothrombin to thrombin. See this reaction. Okay, this is the up to here. This is the gamma carboxyglutamate. Okay, gamma carboxyglutamate, and this gamma carboxyglutamate contains the COO minus. See here, COO minus. Okay, which are negatively charged. This negatively charged. Okay, this negatively charged is combines with the positively charged ion calcium. -1 here +2. Okay, this both reacts with the positively charged calcium ion. Okay, this complex, okay, gamma carboxy complexed with calcium, gamma carboxyglutamate complexed with calcium, and this complex, okay, this is one complex, and this complex binds with the phospholipids. Okay, these are the phospholipids that is present on the platelet membrane. This complex binds with the phospholipids. Okay, these are the phospholipids. This complex binds with the phospholipids that present on the platelet membrane, and this reaction increases the conversion of prothrombin to active thrombin. Okay, this is about the biochemical functions of vitamin K. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe. Thank you.